I'd like to ask Reverend Nikki to come on up. She's going to tell us a little bit about what she knows about the divine feminine. Do you want this one or this one? Okay.
Good morning, Ahiah community. Scott just did my talk, so we're just going to add to that talk. So what came forward to me when I was pondering tattoos of compassion, and after returning from Freedom to Choose project this weekend, when I was at the prison, tattoos on their, yeah. All right. Many of these men have the tattoos all over their body. They wear their tattoos on their body. And I was thinking, how do we wear our tattoos on our body, our beliefs on our body without ink? Some of us will walk with a limp. Some of us might have a very heavy shoulders. Some of us might keep our shoulders up really high. These are our tattoos of belief that we wear on our body. So it's not in ink, but it is on our body. Oh, I see how it moves. It's very tricky. Maybe we'll. So I was thinking about how I walk around with my beliefs on my body. I could tell you I have wanted a tattoo for 10 or 15 years, but I had this belief that, oh, I don't want to make a mistake, and what if I get a tattoo on my body? And that's just a huge mistake, and I should not do that. I was shooting on myself. Don't do that. What kind of person has tattoos? And in my past, before I went to the prison, only gangsters have tattoos. But after spending 12 years in and out of going to this prison project, I realized that these men are amazing, and tattoos are just their creativity. They're the divine feminine expressing on people's bodies. So I had this belief that I'm not going to get a tattoo, I'm wrong. Then one day I decided I was going to get my tattoo. And I pulled up to the tattoo place and I just went in to check the price and stuff. And then I had an appointment and I decided I would go back later. But I figured I'm not going to go back. But I said, if I go back, if there's a parking spot close by, then that's a sign. I drove back, and the parking spot was right there in the front door. I had no excuses because it was literally, I got out of my car, and there was the door. And so I decided to get a tattoo of compassion. Because whoever said the achieving stuff, I was a doer. I am a recovering workaholic. I work really hard. And so I put be still. I tattooed be still. And that was my tattoo of compassion that I put on myself to remind myself that God is in charge. I don't have to be in control. And when I get worried, I just have to be still. But what do we do with these beliefs? Like, yes, let it go. How do we let it go? How do we get rid of it? So easy, just pull up the weed and we're done. Put in something else. But what I've learned over my years in the prison and with the Freedom to Choose project is that we need to apply love. We need to apply compassion to those places, those beliefs that we're trying to release. So if we apply love and self-forgiveness, I forgive myself for judging myself that I need to work so hard. I forgive myself for judging myself that I'm living in a poverty consciousness. And in that place, I embrace abundance and wealth. I embrace my heart-centered goodness. So these are some things that I'm learning about releasing and letting go, is knowing that it's really about love and compassion. Applying this to my life, my everyday life. And sometimes I have to do it every hour. Sometimes I have to do it, every day. And when I go to sleep at night, there's some things I just don't know how to get rid of. And I ask God, I don't know how to deal with this. Can you please handle this for me tonight when I'm sleeping? Because many times I'm forming these beliefs and these misidentifications by a response that happens to me, a circumstance in my life that I don't know quite how to handle. And so I imprint this belief, well, I got a speeding ticket, I must be a bad person. No, I got a speeding ticket because I was thinking about something else when I was driving and I wasn't paying attention. Doesn't mean I'm a bad person. So when we have these beliefs, we're separated from this God energy. And to reconnect with that God energy is really applying love, self-forgiveness. And I'm going to say that 100 times, over and over and over. And in order to dissolve these beliefs, we just really need to connect with that divine self, that divine love. I don't know if you noticed when Tom was playing the kora, on the back of it there's a big heart. If you look at it, I was sitting there, I'm like, oh, listening to music, listening to this divine energy, this healing energy. And Louise Hay says, loving ourselves is the miracle cure we're looking for. So what can we do to really love ourselves? I need to tell you, being in this prison, I went to the prison project my very first time because I was going to be of service to these men. I was going there to help them. But do you know what I found out? They helped me. They showed me where I was putting myself in prison. And it was a huge eye-opener. It just kind of blew the walls off my mind that these men who were in jail, incarcerated, some for a double life sentence, were freer than I was. Ooh, that gives me you know what I'm talking about, right? Oh, it's just amazing. Desmond Tutu says, we are meant to live in joy. This does not mean that life will be easy or painless. It means that we can turn our faces to the wind and accept that this storm we must pass through. We cannot succeed by denying its existence, but we know we can apply love to places that hurt. So I invite you all right now, let's just place our hands on our heart. And if there's anything that you want to release right now, I forgive myself for judging myself as a workaholic. And in that place, I apply love, I apply healing, I apply joy, I apply peace, whatever it may be. Ernest Holmes says, love is the central flame of the universe, nay, the very fire itself. The essence of love pervades everything, fires the heart, and renews the soul. So I know for each and every one here, as we go forward this week, we are renewing our soul, letting go of what no longer serves us, putting love in that place, putting joy, peace, happiness. And I say just thank you, and I love you all. Blessings.